Welcome! It's Andrew from the BeerGuide. Today we're going to talk about a collaboration brew. So what we have here is the Dangerous Wolfman. It's a lemon square ale. Basically, it's a collaboration between Parallel 49 and Tool Shed. If you don't know, Tool Shed is a brewery in Calgary, Alberta, and Parallel 49 is a brewery in Vancouver, British Columbia. So a little bit about them. This was a 4-pack that came out in the summertime, so hopefully it's still pretty fresh. I'm hoping. Probably should drink this sooner, but we'll see. They partnered up with a few other breweries. Parallel 49 partnered up with 4 Alberta breweries to make the kind of like the B-movie Monsters series. So that's what this is. A little bit of a background. Angles are terrible today. Tool Shed started in June of 2013. Originally they were contract brewing in BC because it was illegal at the time, that early on in 2013 and before, to have a small brewing operation. It just wasn't legally allowed. We think that the big brewers that existed kept it that way for a reason. Crushed the small competition before they could even begin. So what they could do is they could go to BC and contract brew their beer. Someone else made their beer, then they became importers and brought that beer to Alberta. That's how Tool Shed got started. Even before that, they were literally brewing in a tool shed. Graham Sherman and Jeff Orr, and now they've built quite a large brewing operation in Calgary. They've got a lot of mainstays, cream ale, red ale, IPA, stout, and they do a good job. Handy guidebook if you need to reference it, Alberta, to get all your noodles and knowledge. Parallel 49, on the other hand, is quite a large operation now. They started back in 2015. They're in East Vancouver. If you don't know Vancouver very well, it's very industrial. It's gotten way better in the last couple of years because Parallel 49 opened and some other breweries have been around. Storm Brewing, shout out to them, they've been around a long time. And a lot more breweries are filling in that space. And it's kind of on the up and up, which is exciting. So yeah, starting in 2012, they have a whole bunch of rotational beers, plus 30 to 40 seasonals per year. When you go to their tap room, they have 40 different taps at any given time, which is pretty crazy. They just redid it a couple years ago, and indoor food trucks and full, patio and all that stuff. It's really cool. So let's get into a lemon square ale. I thought this would be a lighter beer. It's 6.5%. Sorry, ABV wise. And it smells like sweet lemon. Okay. Yep. Lemon square. Kind of what you'd expect. It's refreshing, but it's quite sweet. I think those, I don't know why church came to mind. I've been to church since I was like the tiniest little kid. After church, you'd have like squares, boring white. The church I went to anyway was boring, and you had these little lemon squares. It'd just be like lemon curd and just sugar, and that's what this reminds me of. Not like harsh sugar, but it needs to warm a little bit more too. As you get behind it, there's like almost like an amber of the malt backbone. Starts to shine a little more. That would make sense. This could be on the base beer for the Tool Shed Red Rage. I could see that. That's a good beer. It's a lot more hop, so I imagine they could be a completely new recipe. Correct me if I'm wrong. To me, it seems like it's the Red Rage without all the hop additions, and then they add lemon and lactose, I guess. Yeah, usually they have more write-ups, but there's a lot of cool art. He's on the loose and madder than ever. So this is the Craft Cousins brewed in collaboration. So it's neat, and it's a smart play. I look at the business side behind these things, like Parallel 49 had a big presence in Alberta. They still do. Really before Alberta beer took off. Alberta beer really started taking off 2014, 15. Really is like we got, 10 breweries and 20 breweries and 16, 20 breweries, another 20 breweries. It's 2018 now, mid-October, and I think we've already opened 20 breweries in Alberta this year. So P49 had a lot in the marketplace. They were doing something a lot different. Same with Phillips from Victoria in BC. They had command of a lot of the marketplace for the craft taps and whatnot. And I think it's a good play to play with your competition. Be a team with them. You don't want to go head-to-head because Alberta, local beer has the strongest market growth right now. Obviously, the big guys are still dominating Alberta. We have... the stats vary. I've heard from as low as 9% to as high as 20% of beer consumed in Alberta is craft or independently owned. Personally, I think it's probably in the maybe 10 or 12% range. Again, got to do some studies. But I've read studies from different places and they quote different numbers. It's interesting. But I think it's a good play for them to do something like that. Whenever there's something cool and unique, I think it's way easier to buy a 4-pack of 4 different beers than it is to buy 4 packs to try them all. So I think it's a good play on P49. Good job, Tool Shed, on making it happen. Yeah, it's like if you want to categorize it, it's like more of an amber. I know the color doesn't look as more of an amber, almost red ale with a bit of lemon, and lactose. Anyway, I'm gonna keep drinking this beer. You should probably go drink a beer too. Cheers.